Was there a time over the last few days that you felt you had an agreement with Mike Anderson to remain the coach? And can you comment on the possibility that when he asked to talk to someone else, you all withdrew that contract extension and he didn't have the option of signing it?
Gabe, can we take that kind of in a two-part then? So let's start with
two
the
questions.
first one. Okay, so in the first part of that, I don't think any time you ever feel that you have an agreement with anyone, in particular, until there is ultimate approval by our board of curators for anything. I mean, that's kind of how we operate. And I think in college athletics, I think for anyone to say that, hey, we already thought we had a quote-unquote done deal, I think that they're speaking a little bit too quickly. So I would not say that anybody expected nor believed that we had anything that was completed at all, other than, certainly we were pleased with the progress that we have been making. On the second part of that question, can you give it to me again, Kate?
Yeah, the thought that when Mike asked you to speak to another institution, the possibility of the contract extension was withdrawn and was off the table.
So I'll speak to that. Is that as part of the approval for Mike having the opportunity to talk with another institution, we withdrew that at that time. And so that was a condition of our approval. And so at 1 o'clock this afternoon, when we approved his ability to be able to talk with another institution, simultaneously we withdrew any discussions or any offer that was out there. Mike?
Yeah, in light of what Coach Anderson had said several times, wants to retire at Missouri, plans on being at Missouri, how would you characterize the abrupt about-face and the feeling of a lot of your fans that they've been betrayed?
Well, it'd be hard for me to speak for our fans, and I would tell you this, is that, I think those decisions on what people make, what Coach made in his particular situation, are decisions that he made for whatever reasons that may be. Was I hopeful and confident that he and I were going to be working together for a long time? I sure was. I tell you, I've been fortunate to work with guys like Gary Pinkel for a long time, and I think he and I are going to work together for a long time, even more. I've been fortunate to work with a guy like Mike Anderson, and I thought I was going to work with him for a long time, like I have with Tim Jamison, like I will be with Aaron Erlewine, like I will be with Robin Finchon and others. And so it's disappointing, certainly for me, because I was looking forward to that. We have a great working relationship. But as far as trying to respond to what perhaps some of our fans feel, or our team, any of our folks, I think that would be, it's not for me to be able to really to respond to what they may be thinking.
Do you feel betrayed?
I usually choose not to kind of talk about what my personal feelings are, and I think, you all kind of know that. I try to just stay on point on what we're doing. I will tell you, though, I love Mike. I love working with Mike, and he's a great person, and I'm really, I'm disappointed I'm not going to have a chance to continue to do that. But he certainly made that decision. We wish him well. He's going to do terrific things. He continue to do, and we're moving Mizzou forward. It's about Mizzou.
One more question for Vahe, then our student athletes.
Mike, just kind of in the heat of the moment, it's easy to think about the awkward way this is ending and everything, but can you just reflect in a broader way, in fact, to the very day he was hired and the circumstances of that day, but meaning generally the sort of chaotic time from then to now and what Mike did in that way?
Okay, so then I won't remind, I know it's going to sound strange to you, but I'll remember, I guess it was March 26, 2006. Not that I remember the day. I'm trying to make light of that, but wow, what a awkward situation for all of us at Mizzou, for lots of things, that we went and recruited a guy out of the University of Alabama, Birmingham, to come here to be our head basketball coach at Mizzou, and we were so excited about that. And with all the turmoil and turbulence that was taking place here, whether it surrounded me personally or really our program and our institution, it was a tough time. And I think about that now, and I think to myself that there was no doubt at that time Mike could have turned around and ran right back to UAB and said, wait a minute, man, I got something really good going here. But you know what? He didn't. He said, no, I'm committed towards doing something special at Mizzou. I'm going to do that. And he came in and he just knocked it out of the park. And I think back, 5 years ago, how he did that. And again, we're just very thankful that he made the decision to stay the course with us. And we're a better program because of that.